George Pickens out. Russell Wilson still throws for 2 touchdowns. He's only got 158 yards, which isn't the craziest number in the world. But he also ran for 17 yards, which if you're somebody like me who has been blessed with DraftKings Sportsbook and took the under on Russell Wilson every single game this season leading up to this day and hit it every single time this season leading up to today, it was 7.5. His first rush was 8 yards. And I went, awesome. That parlay's done. That was fantastic. 17 rushing yards, 158 yards through the air. Coming into the week, you're talking Russell Wilson is an MVP candidate, should be an MVP candidate. Is he still in that conversation for you?
Oh, 100%. I mean, it wasn't the prettiest, but guess what he did? He got the Steelers a 27-7 lead. And sometimes, and we've seen it over the history of this organization, over the history of this head coach, the Steelers, when they get out into a lead, are not going to continue to grab that lead. They're going to take the foot off the gas a little bit. And that's the difference between a guy like Mike Tomlin and a guy like Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell wants to run up the score and wants to continue to just prove that, hey, you need to stop the narrative about us because we are this team. We're going to continue to be aggressive until that clock hits triple zeros. Whereas Mike Tomlin saying, listen, guys, we got a lead. We're going to get out of this unscathed as humanly possible. And we're going to get out of this with a win. We don't care if we're covering the spread. We don't care if we win by 35 points. As long as we win, that's all Mike Tomlin cares about. That's why Cordero Patterson is carrying the rock in the fourth quarter when they're trying to put the game away, because we're going to limit the amount of times that Jaylen Warren touches the ball. We're going to limit the amount of times that Najee Harris touches the ball when we're up by 3 scores. So I think that it doesn't concern me at all that Russell Wilson didn't go out there and throw for 300 yards once again. He did what was asked of him. And so many times people kind of downplay that whenever they just look at the scoreboard. But he didn't need to be 400-yard Russell Wilson yesterday. He needed to be exactly what he was, which was somebody who in the second half, when things were tight, blew the game open, gave the Steelers a 3-score lead, and then was able to kind of manage everything as time wore down. And that's a big thing that Mike Tomlin said in his presser yesterday. It's not just that Russell Wilson, when things weren't going well, was able to keep his composure. He was able to keep the entire offense under composure. So I think that what I saw yesterday was him being able to manage a game in a way that Steelers quarterbacks haven't been able to in the last couple of years. And that is invaluable for this organization.
I agree. The start of the new year is the perfect time to get organized, set goals, and prioritize what matters most. For me, a top priority is my financial wellness, which feels more important than ever. Thanks to Rocket Money, my goals feel achievable, and they show me all of my subscriptions right in one place and help me easily cancel the ones I forgot I've been paying for. Rocket Money also pulls together all of my spending across all of my different accounts so I can clearly track my spending habits and see where I can cut back. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps you find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. See all of your subscriptions in one place and know exactly where your money is going. For ones you don't want anymore, Rocket Money can help you cancel them. Rocket Money's dashboard gives you a clear view of your expenses across all of your accounts. Easily create a personalized budget with custom categories to keep your spending on track. See your monthly spending trends in each category to know exactly where your money is going. Get alerts if your bills increase in price, there's unusual spending activity, or if you're close to going over your budget. The new goals feature automatically saves money for you, so you don't have to think about it. Pay off credit card debt, put away money for a house, or just building your savings. Rocket Money makes it easy. Rocket Money will even try to negotiate lower bills for you. They automatically scan your bills to find opportunities to save. Then you can ask them to negotiate for you. They'll deal with customer service so you don't have to. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when using all of the app's premium features. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/allsteelers today. That's rocketmoney.com/allsteelers. rocketmoney.com/allsteelers. I agree. I look at it and say last year, everybody was talking about Brock Purdy being an MVP candidate because he was the perfect game manager for Kyle Shanahan's offense. He made the perfect reads in the perfect situations, and he did exactly what the 49ers needed for him to do to win and become an elite team in a playoff push. And that's what Russell Wilson is doing right now. He is saying, do you need me to score 44 points? Great, I could do that. Do you need me to score 27 points and make sure that our defense isn't exhausted so that they can absolutely dominate in this game? Sure, I can do that. Do you need me to rely on the running game and say, okay, cool, and then make a pass when I need to? Do you need me to be a leader, like you said, and calm everybody down when things look terrible and I look terrible, which in a lot of instances, especially in the NFL, you're going to get guys who immediately give up on their quarterback, who say, this guy's not good right now. We're done. A.J. Brown's out there yesterday calling out Jalen Hurts. And you're saying, in Pittsburgh, that doesn't happen. Everybody's got full faith that Russ is going to be fine, that Russ is going to get it together. And it might take a quarter, but it's not going to take a game. This isn't going to take all 4 quarters. Russ is going to do what he needs to do. He's going to make the adjustments that he needs to make. I think if you looked at this and said, who is the most valuable player to that team? Russell Wilson, hands down, is the most valuable player to the Pittsburgh Steelers right now. And at least winning wise, I'm not saying talent wise. TJ Watt is still TJ Watt and Cam Hayward is still Cam Hayward. And that defense is phenomenal when they're clicking. But when it comes to keeping the Pittsburgh Steelers a serious contender this season, Russell Wilson is invaluable. He is unmatched amongst those in the league because he'll do exactly what you need him to do. And at the same time, he is the best leader the Pittsburgh Steelers have seen since Ben Roethlisberger. And that's something they have missed tremendously over the years. So I agree with you. I think Russ is, in my eyes, at least, an MVP candidate. And while Josh Allen goes off last night for record-setting day and Saquon Barkley is still Saquon Barkley, Russ has to be in that conversation and should remain in that conversation.